touch my tra-la-la. My ding-ding-dong.
Hitman Absolute Dogshit is the game that could have been the shit, but holy shit, this game is full of bullshit. Released 6 years after Blood Money, Hitman Absolution was set to be the game for a new generation of consoles, with next-gen graphics after years of hiatus. Gone are the cartoonish-like character models in favor of realistic-looking characters, but gone are some of the gameplay elements of 2, 3, and 4 in favor of some questionably bold design choices. Now, before getting into the franchise, I didn't know much about the 5th installment other than it's another Hitman game. But I did notice a few topics about how the game is the black sheep of the series and how some people didn't like the game's presentation. According to the most trusted source, Wikipedia, it says that it received polarizing and divisive reviews. Another quote from the page says that Absolution would be easier and accessible to new players, which is bullshit. Oh, shut up. Just to have an original and refreshing opinion, this is meant to be a review from a Hitman newcomer's perspective. I decided not to watch what other people thought about, and played this game with an open-mind perspective. But first, by taking a look at the positives, we got reviews from everyone's favorite trusted journalist site saying, after several years of increasingly totalitarian games where you're very much following a predetermined path, it's nice to have a game that doesn't just encourage improvisation, it requires it. Oh, such a big brain quote. Hitman Absolution is a triumph, top to bottom. Fans of the series can look forward to the best century yet, without question. 5 out of 5. Truly a masterpiece. Well done. Offers a refinement of a beloved series in many ways, boasting more visual pizzazz than most anything releasing this year. And a well-paced story which features a good share of weirdness without attempting to scope beyond its means. So I like this game because of the Glacier 2 engine? Well, good point there, buddy, because for a game that came out in 2012, the graphics still look incredible, and it definitely still holds up. Heck, it kinda looks like a PS4 game at times. Seriously, the fact that my PC can't handle Spider-Man kinda makes me wonder how they managed to do this with beautiful graphics. Maybe it's the map size. But the real main selling point in the key features here is the freedom of choice. And it is a joke. What do I mean by that? Well, that's exactly what you're going to find out in this game review. So let's go! Oh, Asimov's Laws of Robotics. After a few opening intros, we get to the story intro twice. Yes, twice. Because the next intro is when you start the game for the first time. Like, why do we need to know that Diana betrayed the ICA for the second time already in the next intro? It's already redundant. Like, why do you need 2 intros for? Actually, never mind that. From here, the first thing you see are the 2 game modes. Absolution, which is the main story, and Contracts, not to be confused with Hitman Contracts. So let's try that first, and it doesn't work anymore. Now, because this is a 2010s game, this also means it's made during the time where every game has to feel like a Hollywood movie, or rather a cinematic experience, which is the unofficial genre name. Yes, it is still happening today and are still being made with some varying levels of success, most of them being Sony games. Although I guess FMV games are the first cinematic experiences, even if they are corny. Now that we're in the other intro, there's really no point in explaining because we know in the pre-game intro the plot has already been explained. And being a Hollywood level game with Hollywood budget thanks to Squeenix, we also get ourselves an opening credit scene featuring A-list actors such as... Vivica A. Fox! See, I told you we got some Hollywood star here, best known for Batman and Robin fame, and that one movie featuring a Garfield ripoff.
Cool cat likes to rock and roll. Cool cat likes to love and sing. Cool cat likes to boogie boogie boo. Cool cat likes to...
Best not to talk about that. But hey, even if there's not that much actors we know, at least this is the closest thing we'll get to David Bateson being in a Hitman movie. And hey, look at that! It's Ron Swanson from The Office, voiced by not Ron Swanson. And now we reach to another voice tutorial segment just like Blood Money. Now at first I thought this was Diana speaking since my first experience with her voice is an AI voice acting of Epstein being briefed. But no, turns out she's just some fourth-wall breaking narrator explaining how to play the game featuring some revamped controls. Actually, apparently the tutorial lady is actually the current voice actress for Diana in the World of Assassination trilogy. Talk about a promotion. But sucks that Vivian McKee didn't come back as Diana. I always liked her sassy voice. Probably recast it for the sake of getting a cinematic movie feel, since one of the key features here says they need rich dialogue and Hollywood-level performances. Something I will get to later. Not sure if this is a coincidence, but this UI sure looks like another Squeenix game, and I completely suck at it. I struggled a lot in this game using keyboard controls, like why'd I have to press a button to do this, or press a button to do that? Was it really necessary to press the lean on the wall button instead of just basic crouch stealth button and have enough cover? Thankfully, thanks to the World of Assassination trilogy that uses the same controls, I finally got used to it. But it's pretty clear that this game is meant for Gen 7 consoles, so I did just that. Playing this game using a gamepad. My gameplay is slightly better, but why do I have to hold a button to perform an action instead of just pressing it? What's up with games these days being obsessed with button holding instead of just plain normal pressing? Actually it's to prevent from performing wrong actions. It makes the game realistic and also increases tension. Oh, screw you with your realism bull scrap. I had to pick up an item after the button holding. How does that sound realistic? Being a new Hitman game out of hiatus, this is where we get to introduce the new gameplay mechanics. You can use the fiber wires to quickly grab enemy bodies, hide them or yourself in containers, fake your surrender and trick them, parkour, point shooting,
Gun cutter treats the gun as a total weapon, each fluid position representing a maximum kill zone, inflicting maximum damage on the maximum number of opponents.
And then there's Instinct mode, because since this is a modern stealth game and all, every protagonist needs some enhanced vision system, superhuman or not. Unlike in future games where Instinct mode looks minimalist, this game actually puts in effort to add some detailed flair, and unlike the next game, Instinct mode can actually predict where the enemy is going to move next by using a flaming guideline. And unlike the next game in the Blood Money port, Instinct actually has a meter in hard mode difficulty, which is the mode that I'm playing. Eeny, meeny, miny, hard mode! Instinct won't regenerate unless you take out and hide the body or find some switch that distracts enemies, or when completing a certain objective. I think I might be a masochist for playing on this difficulty. And then, this is where the game went downhill. Because by the time you get to use the disguise for the first time, you learn that if you're wearing the same disguise as the NPC's outfit, that NPC will get suspicious of you. Like, screw you, why do you care so much about me? Now, I can understand if there are security guards or police force. They are law enforcement officers, trained to know that this spy has already breached our defenses. But actually, we'll get to that later. But all I can say is that the disguise system is like MGS3's camo system. They have the right colors to blend in with the background. The camouflage betrays you, and effectively means getting spotted. So what's the point of blending in when they know you're in the disguise anyway? Is stealth even an option at this point?
Consider cleaning up.
Now if you haven't noticed already, the fourth-wall breaking tutorial lady keeps mentioning how you have the freedom of choice and you can do whatever you want.
Subdue or kill. The choice is yours. Distraction, steady aim, or fiber wire. The choice is yours. The guards are preoccupied. You can kill them or sneak past. The choice is yours. Beyond this door, the rating system will be turned on. It will monitor your playstyle and reward your progress. As always, how you handle your assignment is entirely up to you. Good luck.
Well, I'd say bullshit! There's no freedom of choice to do what I want. When I do kill people with guns or next at them, my points get deducted. I hate the point system in this game. Like, do I really need to pick up evidence just to get a silent assassin rank? Some levels you can just skip them and get the highest score? Actually, freedom of choice doesn't mean free from consequences. Oh, screw you. I just want to play the game the way I want to play it, without the game telling me what to do. This leads me to playstyles, a feature that doesn't mean anything and are just glorified achievements and not personal gameplay preference. For example, the Jinx playstyle means nothing since it requires you to perform accident kills, but the only problem here is that these traps barely appear on each level, and the tank playstyles just take damage. Placed in Sound Accessible Blood Money, depending on how you play the game, It'll judge you on what kind of player you are. Kill too many people makes you a mass murderer. Played the game stealthy but somebody's are spotted means you're a professional. Got spotted by using the fiber wire kill, you got the piano man rating. So really, these playstyles have no meaning to the game whatsoever. Like Dynasty Warrior is just Berserker but with a katana, like so what? They're both legal melee weapons. The screw your freedom of choice bullcrap. It's all rules and it's just a means of anti-experimentation. Also, did I forget to mention that FPS mode has been removed? Now that we're in the mansion, this is where the game puts us into the test after learning the basics and advanced controls. You have the choice to poison the chef and steal his disguise, where you can walk around without suspicion, but you need a key card to get in. So you're better off poisoning the head guard instead while not wasting your poison on the chef. Or if you did waste it, you can throw a distraction that attracts the head guard to steal a key. What do you know? Maybe there is freedom of choice in this game after all.
Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
And that was the first time I said to myself, why do I hate this game again? Unfortunately, this is where a game went downhill for the second time. And that is the cutscenes. Listen, I get that this is a 2012 game and IOI wants to show off the Glacier 2 engine and it's made during a time where games use pre-rendered graphics often, but good God! What is with this brightness? I thought I was playing Hitman, not making my Gmod screenshots! What is with this J.J. Abrams Star Trek bullcrap? Troy does a way better job at lying than whatever this is.
Sir, I am unable to see with all these lens flares.
Whoa! Even my body has lens flares!
And the worst part about these cutscenes is that sometimes I can't tell if I'm meant to feel sad and mellow, or if I'm supposed to laugh at the scene because I can't take them seriously. I can just put a comedy soundtrack here, and then you'll see what I mean.
47?
I should kill you. Why did you do this?
47!
We all have our limits. Even you, 47. You used to have honor.
Oh, sorry, but that's really how I felt watching this scene.
Fuck. Something's not right. I used to think that my life was a tragedy, but now I realize it's a fucking comedy.
I couldn't even feel a hint of sadness. I get what they're trying to do here, but the execution is just not what I expect it to be. Silent Hill 2 did a way better job, and that's a 2001 game.
Sorry. Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway? You don't sound very happy to see me. I was almost killed back there. Why didn't you try to save me? All you care about is that dead wife of yours.
Hollywood level performance, everybody. Hollywood level performance. Give it a clap for this Hollywood level performance. And this leads to my next point. I know this game gets a lot of flack, but for this next point, I'm going to get a lot of hate and probably some commentary channel level controversy. Okay, here's the thing. When 47's voice was first revealed in the game, it didn't sound like David Bateson, but instead we got a new actor, William Potter.
At a price, of course.
When this was first revealed, IOI and Squeenix got huge backlash for this decision. Turns out, David Bateson got fired without being informed just for the sake of Hollywood level performance.
My phone just exploded. Just had lit up. What are all these tweets coming in and mails and just I took the phone and I went, what's going on? Oh. Has no one told
And after a single movie not starring David Bateson, and this game feeling like a cinematic experience, IOI realized that they needed David Bateson back, because fans want him reprising his role after long years of hiatus. And so, they did. They brought him back, revoiced his lines, and I hated it. Wait, let me explain. Don't get me wrong, I didn't like William's performance as Hitman. It just didn't feel well with him. So to have David back, it was a huge blessing. I watched a few clips featuring him in live action. It just made me realize how much of a brilliant actor he is, and an underrated one. His performance as 47 in Absolution sounds like he's going to cry or something.
According to ICA Division Chief Benjamin Travis, my former handler Diana Burnwood has gone rogue. Where's the girl? I'll kill you if you don't. I am getting closer. This is the black heart of Dexter Industries. Part of me dreads what I might find down here.
I get that this game is meant to humanize him, but am I the only one here who thought that his codename 47 to Blood Money performance was better than Absolution? Yes, I prefer this line over some of his line deliveries in this game. I have a feeling that the reason for this step back has got something to do with the game's dramatic direction, or since they need to revoice the lines, they pretty much didn't have that much time. Where did that towel come from? 47 carries Diana's dying wish to protect Victoria, and again, I can't take this scene seriously, and this is where 47 breaks Diana's promise by taking her into the orphanage for 3 missions straight of not being around her. Sure, hope the Holy Spirit will protect her. And speaking of Diana, she was always an intriguing character to me in the series, especially in the early games. One of the things I like about her is how her presentation evolves. In Codename 47, Diana only speaks to you via a chat message, without knowing what her voice sounds like. In Sound Assassin, you finally get to know Diana's voice for the first time, featuring the brilliant voice acting from Vivian McKee. In Contracts, we got to see her hand, but not her face. In Blood Money, we finally got to see her body, but again, no face reveal, except for a blurry reflection. Absolution, at long last, we finally get to see what Diana looks like. She gets shot and never appears again. This is how we get introduced to her? Okay, that's enough negativity. Let's get back to the positives. And that is the build up to the Chinatown level. And I must say, entering via an empty alleyway with a short build up into the entrance is just brilliant. Suddenly seeing a vibrant, living, breathing world with the same level of quality as Murder of Crows and Blood Money. Oh, I could just stay here all day! There isn't a map like the first 4 games to find the target, so compass is all you have. There's also some other options such as blowing him up with gasoline, drug dealer disguise, sniper assassinating him, shooting a falling object that made me realize for a second time, why did I hate this game again? Oh wait, now I know. Now I remember, because for some weird reason, all the chefs get suspicious of you because you're the same chef from the other stalls. Like, why do these guys even care? Why can't they just assume I'm like a smoke break or if I'm some new guy? Like, is there some kind of Chinese street market union? Why do they care?
He vanished. Didn't you see him hiding here? He was hiding here, wasn't he? Bet you $1 million I know you from somewhere.
Actually, as much as how crowded this place is, the Murder of Crows mission in Blood Money had 4 enterable buildings, as opposed to 1 building. Talk about a downgrade. Now that we're done dealing with the camp of Chinatown, we finally get to bury the informant and trade our dual ballers for info. Now playing this on my second playthrough, I realized how instead of seeing what Victoria is doing, which is the girl he's supposed to protect if you guys remember, he instead stays back in his hotel room just because the writers don't know how to create some bond with 47 and Victoria, even though cinematic storytelling was meant to be your selling point. Oh, what am I saying? Not all movies have good stories.
I cannot be part of this anymore.
Yeah, as if hiding your tattoo is going to work. Now at this point, I realized that there are 3 ways to get to the elevator that leads to the top floor. Either use the sewer route, which is the shortest and obvious route, the front entrance, or try using the alleyway. I attempted to try all of them, but none of them felt unique or in-depth since they would just lead into the same elevator, with a small amount of unique distractions, which at times feel boring and not as fun as killing the targets. I feel like the real problem with these distractions is that they feel too obvious. Elevator breaks down, and now it's time to find another way to reach the top floor. By either wasting your instinct to get to the stairs, or by sneaking into some DJ's room where you can just complete the level, since this is the fastest route. And seeing that's something I just discovered, I said this to myself for the 3rd time again. Why did I hate this game again? I didn't even know I could use this quicker route in the first place. And boy, was I wrong. The game went downhill for me for the third time. Because once you reach the end of the level, I learned that this game that's supposed to give me freedom of choice isn't giving me the choice to enter. I know this is a stealth game, but when you literally promote freedom of choice, when you can't even get to the front door, that's not even freedom at all.
Subdue or kill. The choice is yours.
You lie!
I get it, you lost your silenced dual pistols. But why are you not letting me use the front door when I could just point shoot them? And then find a place to hide, because if the bodies are found, the game won't even deduct your points. So why not have me find a place to hide? Is stealth after going guns blazing an option at this point? There's not even a window that could lead me there, and only one ventilation fan that's the only way to get inside. I can't even distract them by throwing objects, because once you enter, it's cutscene time and you can't do anything. So even if you do choose this route, there's literally nothing you can do to stop them. So what's the point of using the fence when I'm gonna get spotted anyway? Is stealth even an option at this point? The game could have let me figure out a way to kill a target without getting spotted. Instead, we end up having 47 getting his ass whooped by Swole Danny Trejo and an American stereotype Saturday morning cartoon level villain. All because of how much this game wants to be a movie so badly. 47 gets his identity exposed because the band-aid covering his barcode is useless to the game's disguise system. Maybe I should just go suit only at this point.
Yee-haw! I'll tell you, I don't ordinarily yee-haw, but this is a fucking yee-haw! Fucking Christmas!
Hello, you can just kill me right there? That is the face of someone that realized he ruined his silent assassin rating. And this is the moment where I realized that almost every level in the game is a linear, straight line set of levels, instead of a full map where you can just walk around wherever you want to go. So unlike in Contracts and Blood Money, where you can choose and select which objective you want to do, almost every objective in this game is to either find a key or open a door with boring solutions and occasional small unique distractions. Basically, they brought back the go to point A to B missions of the first and second game, and they still managed to feel boring. I could have used the chandeliers to distract enemies, but most of the time, they would just stare at it a short while and move on. And the only reason to use it is just to kill guards while sacrificing a huge amount of points. Seriously, just screw the point system! And if you haven't noticed, the level design looks like it's straight out of a cover shooter. So am I supposed to go guns blazing at this part? Is stealth even an option at this point? Screw it, maybe it isn't an option since this looks like a combat arena. Now, I commend the programmers for creating intense firefights, and as much as how the AI can be dumb at times in stealth, combat AI is where they flesh out the most. Some would even run and gun without staring at you, or maybe it's because I'm playing on hard mode. But then, this is where a game went downhill for the fourth time, when I learned that going guns blazing isn't an option at this point. In the 4 games, at least you can try killing every single guard. In Blood Money, if you max out your rifle and purchase healing items and max out your armor, you can complete the level full on Terminator. And I beat that game on hard mode. Not in this game, because if you try your best to kill everyone, they would respawn and call for backup at the level's exit. And it doesn't even matter if you're close by. The only way to prevent them from respawning is if you stealth kill everyone while trying to do your best to make sure the respawn counter doesn't reach 0, even if you aren't fighting the police force. I thought this game was supposed to give me freedom of choice, not freedom of having to deal with more guards. And even when you load the checkpoint, it only saves your accomplishments, but all the guards get respawned, making all your efforts meaningless. So you get chased by a helicopter, exit a junkie apartment, and try getting to the trains with one of the most useless blend-in systems. Who programmed this part? After getting out there, we get to the longest mission in the game, and at this point, I just want to kill a target. Getting past the guards is just boring and annoying, and all the guards in this game have a ridiculous level of peripheral vision. And also, they have instinct mode. Even the civilians have instinct mode. Everyone has an instinct mode. So the only way to do a suitably silent assassin run is to perform a pixel perfect, or rather a polygon perfect throw, just to make sure they look at a wrong spot. Note to self, stop doing suit only silent assassin runs or it'll slow you down. After finally getting back to the orphanage, 47 checks on Victoria before Dexter's mercenaries start a shootout. And this is where story got a lot dumber. For some weird reason, Victoria got sick and is laying on the hospital bed. I get that the scene is meant to feel sad, but again, I had that same feeling like in the cutscene with Diana, but that's not even the worst part. The worst part of all this is how they healed her. Take a good guess. Is it A, by giving her medicine? B, 47 takes Victoria to find a black market doctor? Or C, by using the power of crystal healing? Crystal healing. Crystal healing. Crystal healing? Is this some kind of joke or something? But fuck this story, you're better off dead.
I need to get the power back on. Sister Mary is waiting in the basement. I will meet you both there.
Thank you, 47, for reminding me that I'm playing a game and not watching a movie. Now, the orphanage definitely has a solid shooter arena, as well as some dark humor Easter eggs if you look closely at some points. But again, if you choose the guns path, getting spotted and going Rambo will punish the player just for playing wrong. I get it, it's a stealth game, but why do you have to advertise this game of freedom of choice? You're going to punish the player for playing wrong. Now, if this is like the previous Hitman games or the newer Hitman games, I can find a way to kill the boss target first and then save Victoria. But because linearity and scripted reasons, I'm not allowed to do it. And this is where you get to fight a boss type target. Remember when those were a thing? Either choose to go fight up front, or you can use the steam pipes to get a silent assassin rank. If you pick up enough evidence, that is. Come on, 47, break your character! Come on, break your character! Break your character! Break your character! Part 2. Welcome to Hope. After finally reaching his destination, the town of Hope, John Rambo gets arrested for vagrancy and, oops, wrong franchise. So 47 reaches to a place called Great Balls of Fire. Of all the interesting tourist spots you can think of, the first thing you can think of is a giant burning ball.
It is a long, smooth shaft, complete with 2 balls! NANI? What the fuck? What are you looking for, stranger? Trouble?
Who the hell is this guy? Why does he think he's the main character? Why just takes a few inputs just to beat him? And who is this other guy? Why's he blocking my screen? This is George Lucas Special Edition bullcrap.
47. Try to remember some of the basics of CQ.
Go on ahead and pick out any gun you want from that store over there. Once you picked out your piece, come on back and we'll...
Shut the fuck up, you failed excuse for hentai art. No one's made fan art of you yet. Now, the objective here is to try to obtain your silver ballers back. You can do this by sneaking in to steal a key, or just playing a shooting gallery game. There's really not much else to do, but this does seem like the only item retrieval mission. And a secret assault rifle here is just too easy to find. But you can't even keep this weapon, and you can't even prepare it for the next level. What's the point of finding this cool rifle when I can't even use it anyway? Is theft even an option at this point? Right after those 2 levels, we finally get to one of the more decent levels of the game. And again, if this were an older Hitman game, it would give me the option just to get to the barbershop without killing the first 3 guys. I'll tell you one thing, I did guns blazing on my first playthrough in the barbershop segment just because there was a nearby explosive, because that was intentional by the devs. Well, what do you know, one of the few things this game tries to be good at giving freedom. Too bad sniper options are a bit lacking or just plain meh.
Lenny has disclosed Victoria's position. I should deal with him once and for all. Yet there is little honor in preying on the weak.
Hello? Hello, anybody home?
Didn't you kill a poor mailman in the last game? No honor, my ass!
the fuck?
At this point, it does seem like the game starts to feel good for me. You get a snake biting a dog, which is meant to symbolize 47 killing Dexter. But then, for the 5th time ever in this game, it went downhill from here again. How can this game go downhill for me for the 5th time? But this may have something to do with me trying to suit only Silent Assassin, since I already beat this level with disguises, even though that challenge doesn't exist until the next game. First you get this mining section where you have to sneak into the elevator with unfair guard placement unless you have a big brain AI exploitation tactics, and second is when you reach Dexter Industries entrance with an even unfair challenge when you have these 2 guards posted with ridiculous and insane peripheral visions. They can just see you even when they look on the ground! And even when you do get past them, there is a single small chance where you can get spotted and they don't even turn on the damn alarm, and nobody caring at the insane amount of guards in the lobby. Come on. Fuck this level. Note to self, stop doing Silent Assassin, suit only runs in this game. After taking the keycard, we get to another one of Absolution's strongest levels, which is of course a target killing mission. But at the same time, I have begun to notice the small map size meant that this mission is not in depth, and it felt too short once you figure out what to do, which made this feel like a watered down puzzle game. Deadly Cargo from Contracts was way better, since in one of the possible choices, you can pretend and disguise as a SWAT police officer and sneak your way to get to the target. You'll also have to be very careful for the SWAT team members not to notice you. There just isn't that much depth in killing the targets other than, you can kill him just by doing this, or by doing that, or just by ringing one of the challenge hints.
Prepare for my civil rights beam.
I thought if this level had one target, that would mean giving me more options. Just look at the challenges in the second level. There's more to do than in later levels. At least give me some lab assistant disguise option. Oh wait, I just remembered that the disguise system is useless, so of course that option doesn't exist. Now that we're finally done with this level, we finally get a chance to take revenge on the man that humiliated 47's reputation. I actually beat this level by throwing a mace on him, so to choose the wrestler route, it feels very new to me. Even if you knock out the wrestler and use the other assassin route, the wrestler will just come back in to fight the Trejo as if nothing bad ever happened, even though I hit his body. How does that even make sense?
Remember me.
Well, at least I'll give one credit. Unlike Father Vittoria from Hitman 2, oh god, their names are similar. At least I'm glad that they consistently remember the main plot of the story, unlike in Hitman 2. And no, we've not rescued her yet, and this leads me to another problem with her. The main thing about Hitman Absolution's narrative is that it's meant to humanize this cold and emotionless hired killer, which is controversial for making him weak. But the problem here is that the execution is bad. It doesn't feel like his character is humanized, other than the first few missions and the ending. For some game that's meant to be some cinematic experiences, these two barely have chemistry because they barely spend time together. They could have had a John Connor T-800 moment, and that movie did a way better job at humanizing a soulless machine. I'm not saying that they should turn this to a generic modern Sony exclusive of student and mentor stories, even though this came before The Last of Us, but please, this is not how you humanize a soulless killer. It's just a guy doing his job. Hey, at least that makes 47 a lot more in character. And then now we have to deal with a bunch of BSM nuns, who apparently the agency thought that'd be a good idea to think of. Now, the thing about the Saints is that they're meant to be the main selling points, but we already know they're going to die since we already saw that in the trailers. And as enemies, they're just disappointing. Aside from their assets, the only interesting gimmick is that disguises don't work, but who cares? The disguise system is already broken to begin with, when even ICA agents know what you look like. Is stealth even an option at this point? Also, what the hell is up with this military gear? I thought they were supposed to be super spies. The amount and ways to assassinate them are lacking, and no matter how satisfying it is to see some show-offs die, You can't even mix and match methods and the ways to kill them, since 99% of them is to kill a target by doing this to get high score. I even beat this level Sound Assassin suit only without taking evidence, which shows how terrible the scoring system is. And again, the lack of sniper options. Wouldn't it be cool if there's some kind of tower where you can assassinate all 6 of them? Oh wait, linearity. Thanks, game.
So you saw him get up and walk away after that fall?
Well, another character based on an actor. Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson. Voiced by not Samuel Jackson, even though he voiced a video game character in San Andreas. Guess he was too expensive for Iowa and Squeenix.
This is drug money.
The next mission trying to find her leads us into his courthouse, and if there's one thing I like about this level is I could disguise myself as a judge, and the fact that 47 just goes on with it kind of makes this funny.
Hear ye, hear ye. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Strickland presiding.
Case dismissed.
What the hell was that shit?
Order. Court adjourned.
That man was guilty! Guilty!
After getting past another well-crafted point detector simulator, even this guy will give you the guns blazing option by giving you a code. We finally get to Victoria, but then the game once again went downhill for the 6th time already! Who in the right mind thought it would be a good idea to get 47's ass whooped by an electric shock and a toy slapper?
Sadomasochism! Ah! Oh, thank you.
The ICA layer catches up to you by executing Order 66 and almost kills an entire town. Since when does the ICA have a damn military? Now remember when I said sniper assassination in this game are lacking? Because this level here is exactly an example of that. Imagine finding a sniper rifle used to assassinate your target. But the reason why you can't do that is because the game plays a cutscene where the boss has to enter a church, and no matter what you do, the rounds don't pierce the walls. There's no back entry, no accident kill options, and the only way to kill him is by entering the church for a forced bloodless boss fight. I'm sorry, but if you can Sound Assassin the first boss, kill Danny Trejo without wrestling him, what gives me the reason not to sniper assassin the target when you could push the main villain into falling to his death and he still appears in the next cutscene on the roof? We buy new clothes in the next mission. Thank you, blind Clint Eastwood. Very cool.
Tom, I need a new suit.
What better way to end the game by finishing this level, Sound Assassin suit only. If I could get past the lobby, that is. Seriously, what's up with this game and its super hard lobby stealth segments? The field is too huge, there's too many guards, and their peripheral vision is just too ridiculous. And there's only like 2 of these in the game. Actually, screw this. Guns blazing route it is, then.
Bombs? You want it?
Cut me! Saw me go down.
You bastard! Get away from me!
And just when you think trying to suit only Sound Assassin lobbies a pain in the ass, for some reason, the finale takes place in Silent Hill of all places. The area is foggy, the guards have enhanced vision. Sometimes there's a small chance where the timer doesn't turn on, and sometimes it does turn on at the start. The worst part is, one of the guards has a 50-50% chance of either noticing you pushing someone to death, or not noticing you pushing someone to death. Just what is wrong with this game's stealth mechanics? So we can get past this level when instinct will deplete with or without using disguises. Is stealth even an option at this point? And if even it isn't, going a lot of guns will have the bomb manually triggered and we'll all die. And the only thing we can do here is to rely on polygon perfect throwing, polygon perfect sound shooting, and polygon perfect sneaking. And this is one of the shortest levels, by the way. Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? Is it? Oh, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Surprise, bitch.
Come on. Let's go. It's over.
Yep, it is over 47. And that's Hitman Absolution. Deus Ex Machina. Well, this game give me a break! Fuck this user's disguise system, fuck their peripheral vision, and fuck this game's A placement for making this first part being too hard and too complicated. Note to self, stop doing suit-only sound assassin runs. Oh wait, the disguise system sucks ass! The studio thought this was a good idea. And even when you wear a mask, they still know what you look like. Like, how do they even know that? Well, at least the later parts in this finale are fine, even if they are too easy. The final boss targets are 3 supposedly elite soldiers. Fun to snipe them, fun to stealth kill them, fun to point shoot them. But these guys are nothing compared to the last few levels. And I'm looking at you first half of the church section. Pull up the church doors, and we finally kill Ron Swanson.
Is she really dead? You will never know.
What? Not even a smile? And there we have it, my absolute units. Hitman Absolution. What did I get from all this? What did I learn from all this? After spilling all my blood, sweat, oily tears, this Chinese water torture simulator thought it would be best to congratulate me with an achievement. This right here is one of the rarest achievements in this game, just for completing in hard difficulty that only 4.6 have unlocked, rarer than the multiplayer contract mode, which doesn't work anymore. And I'm still not satisfied because of how much of a big torture it is just to beat it on the hard difficulty, and I just happen to be one of those people who faced all that annoying pain and suffering that makes me But was it absolutely dog shit? Now, one of the biggest gripes of this game during my first playthrough is how the controls don't feel suited for keyboard play and seems more gamepad focused. Though World of Assassination did use the same controls, which helped me get used to it. But even so, the movements still sometimes feel groggy. The guard placements force me to walk awkwardly. Enemy detection is a joke. The game can't decide if it promotes experimentation. The linear level structure make this feel like an outdated step down. And for a game that's meant to be more narrative focused to feel like some Hollywood blockbuster movie, it feels more akin to the bad Hollywood movies. It's not even a so bad so good type of story, it's just plain bad. If anyone has seen my Hitman 2 Sound Assassin review, I put a John Carmack quote where story in the game is like story in the porn. It's expected to be there, but it's not important. But even with this badly written story, the gameplay is just damn terrible because it has the identity crisis. Freedom of approach is just one big lie, and if this is meant to be the closest thing we have to a Hitman movie starring David Bateson, I'd probably hate it because the story would be as bad as the 2 Hitman movies. I later learned the reason why the game looks like this is because of another stealth game, Splinter Cell Conviction. Now, I never played Conviction, but I did play Blacklist on the Wii U. By the time the game chose point shooting, that's where I realized something's very familiar about all this. At least Blacklist respects the way you play. The more you do lethal stealth, you get hammer points. If you go full-on action, you get assault points. This game had a way better playstyle system, and actually feels rewarding than some glorified achievement system of Absolution. But sooner yet, the playstyle system was introduced in 2013. That's after Absolution. Yes, and you know what? Maybe that's a good argument to refute, but do you know what other stealth game had this similar playstyle system? Hitman 2 and Hitman Contracts. There's even a result screen that tells you on how aggressive or stealthy you are in that game. Listen, the truth is, I don't want to hate this game. I really didn't. When I came back to this game, hoping I could complete it again from start to finish with all the lessons I learned based on memory, I was really confident that I might like this game and believed it was misunderstood, but I was wrong, and I still didn't feel happy for the second time playing this. At the same time, there are moments that make me want to say, there is potential, but it's not there. Like, just not that much impact, with level 2 being the only solid level with these options. And I asked this question to myself one more time. Why did I hate this game? Was it because I chose hard mode of all things? Was it the broken AI that made me hate it? Or is it my decision to go Silent Assassin suit only because I got too overconfident knowing that I could beat this game with a useless disguise system? If If I ever come back to this game, then actually, I really don't know. Final score, 2.5 Cinder points. I could have given this a punishing score, but this is already punishing enough. Even though it has its moments, it's mostly overshadowed by its bad parts. Believe me, I want to be that guy with differing opinion. I want to be that guy who says, Hitman Absolution isn't bad, you guys are stupid. But this game is just plain bad. I don't even want to call this good stealth game and bad Hitman game. It is a bad game. And this is coming from some Gen Zoomy who is new to Hitman playing in chronological order, not a veteran boomer millennial looking back to the older titles. And that is how I exactly feel about Hitman Absolution. Just one more Hitman game and I'm done with this series, huh? Well, I guess that's all for now. This is Cinder Unit, logging off until next time. This game has a safe house system and you can't upgrade anything!